A couple of years ago, I found a book. It was dated maybe 1970, and it was all about how to manage time. And I thought, wow, this is even like pre-internet, pre-social media, pre-handheld devices. And still, people struggle managing time way back in 1970. Fast forward 2023, and I'm hearing from writers making time, that's the hardest thing. So I'm going to just suggest that we look at our lives instead of as a calendar that we move through, as a cauldron that we get to add and subtract things from. So, what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, I'll tell you how I came up with this thought. And it's a little witchy and a little kooky, but I just think that the desire of the heart, the wild call of the heart, which for me and for many writers is actually attending to their writing, can't be jammed into calendars. Now, I'm not so far gone that I think that we can do without calendars and live without them. That's not what I'm saying, because we all are functioning and working in this culture that relies a lot on calendars and knowing when appointments are and so on. There's lots of strategies for writers out there on how to manage the calendar and how to find time. And I often invite writers to start just a little bit every day, or, looking at your week and figuring out pockets of time. But I don't want to talk about that today. What I want to talk about is this cauldron idea, because your life can be magical. And if we think of the cauldron as something that we're adding ingredients to, if you want the magic of writing to be part of your life, you add it to your cauldron, which means that you're going to figure out what needs to come out of your cauldron in order to do that. Now, I recognize there's life and all sorts of things that get in our way. So this get in our way, I'm going to put those in air quotes. But I'm going to suggest you draw a circle on a piece of paper, and that is the cauldron. And inside the circle, putting all the things that feel juicy to you, feel juicy and important and vital. Not the things you should do or the things that you have to do, but things that feel like they are part of the magic in your life. So for me, it includes walking in the forest, it includes hanging out with friends, it also includes writing and working my novel. So then you have your circle and you see what's in it. And then you see on the outside, you put all the things that you have to do. And some of those are non-negotiable and some of them are. And just notice if there are things that are on the outside of the cauldron that you can set firmer boundaries around. Like, maybe even social media is one of them. Setting a firmer boundary around that. Or maybe it's a friend who isn't that close to you anymore, but feels like they can take up a lot of your time. Maybe there need to be some more boundaries around that. So whatever it is for you, just noticing and then looking again inside the cauldron and asking yourself, what is the balance between the ingredients in the cauldron? Is there a lot of walking and not enough writing? Is there a lot of hanging out and watching movies with your beloved, but not enough writing? And just inviting yourself to tweak the balance between what's in your cauldron and what's outside. And this is an experiment, but my hypothesis is that if you start making space, more and more space, I'm going to get my witchy cauldron stir, for the stuff that's inside your cauldron, it will be like a potion simmering and bring magic and beauty to your life.